here's the ability to fly. Go and fly. Have fun. I don't remember that happening. Did you know the Greek word for power is dunamis? Dunamis means dynamite or dynamic. So, in essence, you and Christ are like the dynamic duo. See, I threw that in there. So, the question I have for you tonight is, can we be superheroes? You know, can everyday Joes, just like us, and Janes, be superheroes, right? Examples of real superheroes. The way a son or daughter looks at a mother or father as a hero. The way a brother or sister look at each other like heroes. A husband and wife look at each other like heroes. Friends look at each other like heroes. People can look to their pastors as heroes, counselors, and there's hundreds more examples of ways to be a true hero in somebody's life. The picture I have up here is of Stephen Curtis Chapman and his family. It's his wife, 4 daughters, and his son. In May 22nd of 2008, Stephen Curtis Chapman lost his 5-year-old daughter, Maria Sue. What happened was his teenage son was backing out of the driveway to go to his high school graduation and hit the little girl with the car. But the family needed to be strong for each other. Stephen Curtis Chapman needed to be a hero for his family and especially for his son. Can you imagine the guilt that his son felt knowing that he killed his little sister? I mean, not intentionally, he wasn't drinking or anything, but just a complete freak accident. Can you imagine the guilt he felt and what Stephen had to, had to hold him and tell him, it's not your fault, it's not your fault. He didn't get angry. He had to be there for him. Stephen wrote a song called Heaven is the Face, and if you haven't heard it, it's basically his way of getting his emotions out about the loss of his daughter. If you haven't seen it or heard it, please give it a listen. The next picture is of Jeremy Camp. If you don't know Jeremy Camp's work, please get to know it. It's some amazing, amazing lyrics. Jeremy Camp, in October of 2000, married his first wife, Melissa, who was later diagnosed with ovarian cancer and died in February of 2001. So if you're doing the dates, that's 4 months of marriage. 4 months. I don't even think my wife and I had a lot of time in 4 months and did a lot of things in the first 4 months of marriage. There's a lot of planning, there's a lot to do, so there's not a lot of time. So in the first 4 months of marriage, what is Jeremy doing? He is comforting his wife through this illness. He's sticking by her side, being a hero to his wife, who he knows is not going to make it. He needed to be a hero, and he needed a hero when he found Christ. He leaned on Christ's support and Christ's love to get him through this turmoil. And I can't imagine what pain he went through as he's going through this situation, trying to comfort his wife and trying to hold on to his emotions and keep calm and be there for her. Jeremy wrote a song called I Still Believe, and it's basically talking about how he had to be strong and he needed Christ's support in order to be strong during that time and his struggle with his faith at that time. So if you haven't heard that, please give that a listen too. Go to the next. I love that picture. Isn't that a great picture? I mean, that's definitely a little daughter looking at her father as a hero. Definitely. For all you parents out there, when your children are young, they look at you to be their hero, right? The way their eyes glitter and their faces light up when you come in the room, when you come home from work. I love when my son, Christian, who's 2 years old, almost 2 years old, looks at me like I'm his hero, looks at his mom like she's his hero. Although sometimes parents, when they get a little older, you turn from hero to arch enemy. It's like that, right? It's so quick. It's like in the morning, hi, Mom. In the afternoon and in the evening, please leave me alone. I haven't gotten there yet, no, but I will. So for all of you who do not have children, are you a hero to someone? Anyone? Whether you know it or not, you can be. Very easily. Very easily. And I want to tell you how. You have the opportunity to be the greatest superhero the world has ever seen. You have the ability to bring people to Jesus Christ by showing them the same unending love that he showed us. Once they know the love of Christ that you have shown them, and they accept him as their Lord and Savior, their souls are saved from eternal death. Isn't that amazing? You have that ability. You have the ability to save someone from eternal death. You know, donors, I personally believe donors are heroes also. Donors of blood, marrow, organ donors, they're heroes. But they save us from this life. You have the ability to save somebody in this life and in the next life. I just think that's amazing. But you all can be that person. It's very easy. I want to tell you a personal story. I had a lot of problems growing up. A lot of problems. I had problems in school.